Here is everything you need to know about buying airsoft equipment in the UK. Now when it comes to clothing, eye protection, BBs, batteries, etc., there aren't too many rules and regulations surrounding them, but when it comes to airsoft rifles and pistols, there are a few things that you will need to know. To buy any airsoft rifle or pistol in the UK, you need to be able to prove that you're at least 18 years of age and that you're a UK resident. Now if you are at least 18 years of age and you just want to buy something so you can get out and start playing airsoft as soon as possible, you can pick up something that looks like this. This is what we call a two-tone rifle. It refers to the fact that over 50% of it is painted with non-military colours. This includes colours like blue, red, pink and green. By military colours, we're referring to things that you'd expect to see on a realistic firearm. That would include things like black, tan, OD green, chrome, camo, etc. Basically, if it doesn't look realistic, then there's a good chance that you won't need anything other than a proof of age to purchase it. Now, if you visit any airsoft store in the UK, you will find a selection of pre-two-tone rifles and pistols like this one. However, if there's an item that you want that isn't available in two-tone colours, most stores, including BZ Tactical, have an in-house two-toning service where they can paint it in two-tone colours for you so it's legal for you to purchase. From BZ Tactical, this is available from just £10. Now, if two-tone colours aren't for you and you want to purchase something a bit more realistic like this, here's what you need to do. To purchase a realistic looking airsoft replica in the UK, you need to have what is known as a valid defence. This is basically a proof that you're buying it for the right reasons. The most common form of valid defence for airsofters in the UK is known as UKARA. This is essentially an airsoft membership that proves that you're a regular player. But how do you get a UKARA? Well, you just have to follow a few simple steps. Step number 1, find a local UKARA registered airsoft site. You can do this by going on the UKARA website or by contacting your local sites directly to see if they're UKARA registered. Step number 2, once you've found your preferred UKARA registered site, you need to play at the same site 3 times over the space of around 2 months, with your third game being at least 56 days or more after your first game. This does not mean that you need to purchase a two-tone gun in the meantime in order to play those 3 games, as most airsoft sites have rental packages available where you can rent equipment from them and that counts towards your 3 games. Now you can play airsoft as many times as you want over those 2 months, but please note you will not be UKARA eligible until at least 56 days after the first game, and you will need to play another game at the same site at least 56 days after the first one, no matter how many times you played at that site in those 2 months. Once you've played that third game at the same site, you'll now be eligible for UKARA. You apply it through the site themselves, you don't need to submit your own application, they will sort it for you, just speak to somebody at the site. Once that goes through, you will be eligible to purchase realistic airsoft replicas. We do this in the UK to make sure that people can't just walk in and buy one off the shelf for the wrong reasons. We want to make sure that everyone who's purchasing this is dedicated to airsoft and is purchasing it for the right reasons. Not only does the UKARA system help protect airsoft as a whole in the UK, it also allows players to experience airsoft a few times before they're able to commit any serious money to the sport. We think that's great because sometimes you try something, it's not for you, and that's fine. We don't want you spending loads of money on a brand new rifle or pistol just to turn out it's not actually for you. Please note your UKARA number is only valid for 12 months from the date of registration, but don't worry, it's very easy to revalidate your UKARA as long as you're still a regular player. Now there are other very similar forms of valid defence like UKARA, such as British Airsoft Club and UKASA. You can find out more information about those on their website if you choose to go down those routes. Now some airsoft shops may accept airsoft site memberships as a form of valid defence, but different shops accept different site memberships, so please contact your preferred shop before doing this. Now what if you are looking to purchase a realistic looking replica, but it's not for the purposes of playing airsoft? Well, there are actually a few forms of valid defence that cover that. Other forms of valid defence include being a part of a reenactment society, being a museum curator, for purposes of film and TV production, and for civil service use. These are all judged on a case-by-case basis, so if you think one of them applies to you, please get in touch. That just about covers it, guys, but if there's still something you're not quite sure of about buying airsoft equipment in the UK, please tell us in the comment and we'll try and reply to you. Also, if you've got any other questions about airsoft, you know who to ask, come to BZ Tactical.